In a survey a few years ago, 100 Canadians were asked to name one Canadian artist, and the artist that was named more than any other was Emily Carr. Emily Carr was a pioneer in every sense of the word, and she absolutely deserves to be etched into the psyche of our Canadian culture. Emily Carr, quite simply, was born to be an artist. She was born and raised in Victoria, British Columbia. She was born into a fairly traditional Victorian family without much of an artistic background, but she had this fire and drive within her to be an artist from a very early age. After her parents passed away at a fairly early age, she went to San Francisco to start her formal art training. A few years later, she went on to England, and then she had this real aha moment in 1910 in France. I think that these trips and this seeking of education abroad, this really speaks to her sense of adventure, to her sense of fearlessness, and it's these characteristics that really shape and define Emily Carr in her life.
Upon Emily Carr's passing in 1945, over 300 works were given to the Emily Carr Trust, which is owned by the province of British Columbia and protected and housed in the Vancouver Art Gallery. Since the founding of Heffel in 1978, almost half of all the great Emily Carrs sold by Robert and I, our team at Heffel, and our father, Ken Heffel, are now residing in cultural institutions such as the Audain Museum and the National Gallery of Canada.
Throughout her life, Emily Carr traveled extensively throughout Vancouver Island and up the BC coastline. She first traveled to Alert Bay in 1907, which was certainly not an easy place to get to. It's not an easy place to get to now.
It's an incredible opportunity for passionate collectors to bid and compete and dream about owning a spectacular car of First Nations subject matter painted in 1912.
Her works from this time are bold, they burst with color, they burst with confidence, and they have this real presence. And all of those characteristics we can see in our Alert Bay campus.
I was recently at the National Gallery of Canada for the major Riopelle exhibition opening there. And just across the river in Gatineau is the Canadian Museum of Civilization. And the totem pole that she painted, it's been restored. It basically is the pole that she painted. And it was powerful, and she's captured this by using bright colors and the emotion of the time. The figure in the painting with the orange blanket, and you can see why at that time she made this her life mission. And Indigenous art of that time is as modern as any art in the world, and that's where a lot of modern art comes from. And she sees this pole and she wanted to capture it, the emotion of it, using bright, bold colors that she learned in France from the modernists at the time, from the Fauves. And I had that feeling when I saw this pole in the museum looking up. It was incredible. It was incredible. It's only been exhibited publicly twice, and it's been in the same family collection for over 70 years.
As time moves on, a Carr canvas coming to market is going to be an incredibly rare opportunity and perhaps soon to be once in a lifetime.